Hello, this is Nikki Foden and welcome to my messy craft room. Today I'm going to show you how I made this Valentine. It is a 5x5 card and I think it's super sweet. I made this one for one of my granddaughters and I'm going to show you how I did it, making another one for one of my other granddaughters. This will be in two videos. Video one will show how I did a lot of the coloring, and video two will show more of the assembly. All right. So I pre-cut all my pieces, so they are ready to go. I will have all of the dimensions on my blog. So for my night sky, I wanted it to be darker around the outsides, lighter on the inside. I wanted it to be a bright, fun card. I didn't want the space sky to be too dark. So how I did that was, and I have a flimsy little cutting board that I use to do my inking on. It just makes cleanup a little bit easier. Okay. So I'm a firm believer in use what you have. So I have a lot of products that are a little on the older side. I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 10 years, but that was almost 10 years ago. So a lot of my stuff is retired, but just use what you have. So I'm keeping it darker on the outside, lighter on the inside. So I'm just using a brush. You can use a sponge dauber, whatever is what you have on hand. And I'm just going to start from the edges and just keep blending in all the way around. Just keep blending. This one corner is a little darker than I like, but a lot of this is going to have stars and the rocket and a few other things. So, you know, if it's not perfect, that's okay too. Keeping it in frame here. Okay. I'm not going to do both sides now because I'm not doing the assembly at the moment, but I'm just doing this to kind of show you what I did. And I will do the second one in a little bit. Now, if you look really close, you'll see there's little stars in the background. So what I did for that was, again, using what I have. I've got some old smooch spritz, so if you have something like this, it works. My sprayer doesn't really work, so I've just been tapping off, and it gives quite the nice random effect. Okay, and another thing I did, so if you don't have smooch spritz or anything similar, I also used a gold marker. There are different brands on the market. I know Sharpie makes one. I don't happen to have a Sharpie one. This one, I think my husband got at a dollar store. But again, it actually showed up just as well as the spritz. So this, I can fill in some of those spaces, make them a little bigger, and that works as well. Okay, now that I got smooch spritz all over the place, so I will put the sky aside for now. I'm gonna close this up so I don't get, there we go. Okay, next I will do my moon. So, oh, that's not my right size, hang on. There we go. So what I did for my moon was I took a circle die, and of course I don't have it right in front of me at the moment, but I decided how big I wanted it to be. I'll just use this oval die for now. And what I did was I marked my circle with Sharpie, like I did with this oval here, and then cut it out of a corner. So then I knew how big the moon was going to be and that it was going to fit perfectly in the corner. I thought it needed a little color. For this one, sorry, I didn't have a brush, I had a dauber. So I just added just a little bit of color, kind of around the outsides. And that's kind of all I did with the moon. So that is easy breezy. Put that aside. The rocket. The rocket is a Karen Burniston die. It actually is a pop-up, so all of the pieces that make it pop up are in the same die set. I will have a link on my blog. And so what I did for coloring, did I get two of the same side? I did get, oh no, there we go, is that one. I grabbed a pink for the rocket and I just did the bottom right side. I tend to do that a lot. Is add the darker to the bottom right and white highlights to the top left. I'm not a big alcohol marker colorist. I don't find I'm very good at it. I don't mind little pieces here or there, but this is quicker and it still adds some dimension. And then like I said, oh, wrong pen. I will just add some highlights to the top of the rocket. Usually just a few lines and dashes. I will add my little silver window. I will add my little fins. Oops, just kind of drop that right in the glue. Oh, not very graceful tonight. Okay. Okay. My little silver. Oh, I'm missing one little piece. Before I add the bottom part, I'm going to show you how I colored the flames. And that was with just a little bit of orange. So I did a little bit of orange just in the middle. Again with a little brush. Put some flames up the middle of these guys. Oh, hope I'm still in frame here. Okay, and I just like to mention, I always like to add a little extra. If you've seen my cards, you know I get to be a little crazy. So this is actually a gold Wink of Stella, and I just sort of added a little bit of right up the middle. I was trying not to get too heavy-handed with this. A little bit actually goes a long way. It lightens up a bit when it's dry, but you will see gold. Oops. There we go. Put that away. Okay. So now to finish off the rocket, I'm gonna put my glue here. I'm gonna put my okay. And one of my favorite markers that I use, it is my Versamarker. I'm very sad because it's running very low and I haven't been able to find a replacement, but it's good for shadowing little areas. The nice thing about this is you don't have to guess for color matching because it is only going to take whatever the cardstock color is and make it a shade darker. So I use that quite a bit. And then for a little bit of shading on my silver pieces, I do use a metallic silver marker. It doesn't really show up. I'm not even sure if you're going to see it on camera. It just adds a little bit of a darker gray to just darken that bottom left a little bit. And then go back in with my white. There, rocket is done for now. I am going to put a little face in there, but not yet. I don't have her made yet, so she will be a little bit later. My planet. So my large planet that I have and all the planets on the bottom, that was where this oval came into play. I wanted it a specific size, so I laid my die on the card and marked, whoops, I'm getting off camera here, marked how big I wanted it, and then die cut it that way. And then I'm pretty sure I marked how long I wanted it. Did I grab the right one? Just gonna mark it. Okay. Grab my cutter. So I sort of just winged it. I knew what I wanted to put in it. I wanted the small printing on the left and the bigger on the right. So that's why the planet is a little off-centered, but that's okay. There we go. This time I took a darker pink. Basically did the same thing. Shading to the bottom. A little more to the right. Just a little bit on the bottom there. I'm not going to get too much of this done because I do have to stamp it. I'm not sure if I'm doing the stamping on this video or yet not. Probably not. The little pink hearts, I kind of did the same as the rocket fins. I just used my Versamarker. And did the bottom right. And top left, little, oops, a couple little dots. There we go. What else needs coloring? Oh, my planet. So for this guy, what I did was, and I didn't set it up. Oh, here it is. This is an old white craft pad, and I just sponged it a little bit, making sure to sponge a little extra on the the craters there. It's hard to see on camera, I'm sure, but it does add a little bit of something to it, a little bit of dimension. And then again, with the white gel pen, I went over the craters and over these kind of craters. There we go with that. When it comes to the lettering, I will just show you on some of it. I won't do it all on camera because this will end up being a very, very long video. But all the letters I did the same, so I'll just grab my word the. And again, Versamark marker, my favorite. Bottom, 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 bottom. White pen, top, couple dots. And there you go. That might be hard to see, so I'll show you on the Love You. That one actually is a little easier. Should have grabbed that one first. So, bottom to the right, bottom to the right. There we go. And just to show you the difference, so no shading, shading, shading with highlight. It makes a difference, in my opinion. You could do this if you didn't have a Versamark marker, but you had a pink alcohol marker. You could do very similar, and I have done that when I couldn't find my Versamarker. There, just like that. My little alien. Where are all his pieces? I thought he was done. Oh, here he is. Okay, so I got this. So the alien does have a stencil feature in the die, and it was easier to do the stencil while it was still in the die. So basically you cut it, keep it in the stencil, draw in with the die what you can. What I like to do with this little guy is I gave him a little chin, kind of gives him a little more dimension. So I just went a little bit under here. Glue his one eyeball in the middle of his head. There we go. I added a little bit of shadow under his ears. Okay, I don't think you see his tummy much, but, and again, white gel pen. I give him a little bit here and on his little ears. These are the Space Charms from Karen Berniston. They are charms, so they do have little holes in the top, so you can dangle them with charm hooks if you like. But for today, I'm gonna trim them off. I can't find my good scissors, so these will have to do. There goes that one. There goes that one. So there's a little slot here, so I'm gonna stick our little pink friend down inside the slot. So there we go. Add some glue. Get this under his arms. And there you go. Okay. He's in the slot, but I'm going to glue him down a little from the back. Kind of getting glue everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to add a little of the silver again to the bottom. Again, you probably can't see it in the video, but it's there. And, oh, I forgot a step. A little bit of mark. If you had a blue brush, I didn't dig it out for this one. You could brush on or sponge on ink as well. Okay. And highlights. These are supposed to be little lights, so I'm just gonna give them each their own little highlight. And I did put one up here as well. And anything round always has a bit of a highlight. Okay, well, let's see where we're at. So I've got, oh, the pink square. Where did you go? There you are. So the love you is going to go on here. Make sure you can see it. But I wanted a little dimension again, so oh, come on. There we go. Better move this little guy out of the way. There's probably still pink left from the other pink, but oops. And I got inky fingers because I'm doing this in a hurry and I should know better. Okay, well, you know what? If you mess up one side, oh, I guess we're sticking to this side. Yeah, there we go. So we can always stick the love you on more of an angle if we wanted to. Cover that little, there we go. When I glue it in, you won't even see it. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so off video, I am going to layer the layers because you don't need to see that. I'm just going to layer all the layers that you see. And all the dimensions, like I said, will be on my blog. I will have a link. And then we'll come back for some of the assembly. Now, stamping the letters, I'm just going to do that off camera as well, because you probably don't have the same stamps as me. You might not even want the same wording as me. You might have a whole different thing, but still like the spaceship with the stars and the planets. So yeah, just for timing, I'm just going to stop here and see you at the next video.